image, you can see places where the direct sunlight beams on the floor, which is good, but it's way too bright because we can see white noise in the image. So the reason this is bright is because if we go to the modify of the Vray sun, you can see the intensity multiplier, which is the strength of the sun, is set to 1. This is good for the Vray camera. Because we're using the regular camera, the 3DsMax regular camera, we need to crank this way down to something like 0.05 and render again. Now the scene is very dark, but that's what we were looking for, because all we want from the sun is these sharp rays of light that shines through the doors that represent the direct sunlight in a day scene. Maybe we'll crank this up a little bit more. 0.007. Now the next thing I want to add is the sky. We have a sky in the scene. In every scene, in every 3D studio scene, exterior and interior, we need to put a light that represents the sky. The way I go on doing this is I add a Vray light, I make it a dome light, and I put it anywhere in the scene. The dome light is like a huge invisible dome that represents the sky. So whatever color you put in here, or whatever image you put in here, texture, is shining all over the scene, on everything. So now I'm going to go to the interior, and the multiplier set in the Vray dome is set to 30. This is good for a Vray camera, but it's not good for our regular 3D Studio Max camera. So I'm going to crank this down to maybe 5. Now I don't want to use white light as sky, because the sky is not a white light. It's a combination of a lot of lights. It's bluish and it's a little bit yellowish from the sun and things like that. So I'm going to put a map in the texture map, which will represent our sky dome. I will put a map. I will click the node and put a Vray HDRI map. I will put an instance of the HDRI map inside our material editor, and I will add our HDRI map. I will add this map that I'm using now in the descriptions below. So I'm using this one. This map is of a bluish sky and grass and some mountains on the back. The mapping type is not angular. It was taken as a mirror ball. So I'm going to put it as a mirror ball, and I'm going to move the horizontal rotation to 180. Now the rotation is like, the mirror ball is like a panoramic image. So when I rotate it, I can see different directions of the image. We'll put some direction in, like 360 is back where we started, so it's like 260 maybe, something like that. And we will try to render the image without the sun active, because we are trying out, we are trying out our sky. So I'm going to uncheck the enable, and we are left only with this light source in the scene. And it's set to 5. Now I'm going to try